beginning of a very successful ball season.
And Hawaii, as we take a look at the Chevron Series record, the sun still very much in evidence as it begins its descent into the Pacific. And the golden glows of the setting sun will highlight the aura here in this football game. Bob Wagner, head coach for the Rainbows, his 9th year, 54-41-3. And on the Texas sideline, a coach that has made steady progress with this Texas team, John Makovic, in his 4th year, 19-14-1. Texas has won the toss. They have elected to receive, and they will be moving from south to north here at Aloha Stadium. Rain clouds still up over the Ko'olau Range here on the island of Oahu. CARLTON OSWALT will kick off for the Rainbows. Mike Adams and Wayne McGarity. Deep, Adams, number 83, McGarity, number 8, as we are about to start the 1995 football season. To Adams on the 3. Adams runs it out to the 29-yard line. Adams, good field position for Texas. Making the stop was Peter Salavea, true freshman of St. Louis High School, number 13 for the Bows. It will be first down for Texas. James Brown, the quarterback, 80 out of 115. Excellent completion average. 12 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. And there you see his rushing statistics. First down for the Longhorns. Splitbacks behind him. Number 11, Ricky Williams, the true freshman. Number 3, Sean Mitchell, junior college transfer. In motion comes Mike Adams. Ball is given to Mitchell. Bounces outside over the 45, all the way out to the 48-yard line, and that's enough for a first down. Big start by Texas on the first play of the game. Al Hunter came over to make the stop. The starting lineup for Texas, McLemore and Bradley, along with Adams, are the pass catchers. Sean Mitchell and Ricky Williams in the backfield. That's the offensive line: Elmore, Brooks, Fiebiger, Neal, and Bustamante. Big offensive line for Texas. First down for Texas on their own 48-yard line. First time. It is complete to Mike Adams. Missed tackle by Hunter. Adams at the 12. Adams at the 10-yard line.
Big play on first down. Big run. They picked up another first down. He goes deep and completes the pass to Adams. Adams one-on-one coverage with Alfred Hunter of Hawaii and just turns him around. Heads up field and almost puts the move on Clint Kubiyama before Kubiyama chases him down from behind.
Kubiyama saves the touchdown for the Rainbows. First down for Texas. The ball. This is Mitchell to the 5, fumbles the ball, and the Rainbows are battling for it at the 3. Big pileup, and let's see, they give it to Hawaii, I believe.
Making the big play defensively for the Rainbows was Clint Kubiyama. The play before, he saved a touchdown. Then he makes a stab at a football and knocks it out of the... He knocks it out of the running back in Hawaii. If you look at it closely, we've got the chance of a replay. As he gets to the outside, it's Kubiyama who's going to chase him down to get Sean Mitchell, pops the ball out. It's something the Rainbows work on every day defensively. If you watch Alfred Hunter, he might have stepped out of bounds as he goes to pick up the loose ball.
And I stand corrected. I thought Hawaii may have had that, but the referee just signaling that it was second down. Ball inside the 5-yard line, second down, and goal to go for the Longhorns. Ball is given up the middle. Williams to the 5. That's all. Good job of stuffing the runner that time by the Rainbow defense.
Defensively, it was Rod York who clogged up the middle and put the hit on Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams, he's a guy who was drafted as a baseball player, a third baseman outfielder by the Philadelphia Phillies in the 8th round.
Ta'ala, Chapman, and York in that defensive line for the Rainbows. Linebackers, George Noga of the famous Noga family. 3 brothers played in the National Football League. Joe Shaw, Kamo'ula, Cobb Adams, and PUNAHOU, AINA. And then Robinson, Hunter, Kubiyama, and Ellis in that defensive secondary. And that defensive secondary will be tested by the Longhorns. Already they are threatening. Rolling is Brown, throws. It is incomplete. It was intended for the tight end, Steve Bradley. And it was in and out of his hand.
Steve Bradley's the guy that teammates call Quadzilla, and he could have been a monster if he caught that football and gets easily into the end zone. That's what the John McAvick, the head coach, likes about his quarterback. He's a big playmaker. He turned the defense around and rolled outside to the right.
So now on 4th down, Texas brings in Phil Dawson, 14 of 19 in field goals last year. And his longest 50 yards. This should be a chip shot from the 12-yard line, 22-yarder. The kick is up, and he drills it. Texas, it does not take them long. 12:58 left in the first quarter. Texas settles for a field goal, and they lead 3-0. Texas leading 3-0, a 22-yard field goal by Phil Dawson. Texas put the ball in play at their own 29-yard line and then immediately penetrated deep into Rainbow territory. The Rainbows, they can almost slap themselves on the back, not giving up the touchdown. Texas really made it look easy, and the Rainbows made gargantuan mistakes in that secondary, but they tightened up down around the goal line.
They tightened up, and they got a break when Steve Bradley did not catch that wide-open touchdown pass from quarterback James Brown.
You are correct, sir. Matthew Hardy, number 23, and Gerald Lacey. You see Harding there. Lacey, number 85, the other deep man for the Rainbows. Phil Dawson will kick off for Texas. Short kick. Calling for the fair catch and fumbling the ball. Coming up with it is Harding. And Harding comes out to the 25-yard line. Matt Tufono called for the fair catch, and the ball just went off his midsection. Matthew Harding playing shortstop, able to gather it in. First down for the Bows. Glenn Freitas from Waianae, the junior, who was selected as the starting quarterback. 15 of 45 last year, but 7 interceptions. He gets the start at quarterback. First play of the 1995 season for the Rainbows. TUPU ALUALU is the setback behind Freitas. First down, and the ball at the 21. Ball is given on a sweep to George Ornelas, the true freshman out of Honolulu and St. Louis High School. Ornelas carrying on that first down, and he runs into the Texas defense right away. Gerald Lacey and Jason Monty are the wide receivers. Ornelas and Eddie Kleneski, the slot backs. Tupu ALUALU is the single setback, and that offensive line, Kapihe, Paulo, Oliveira, Malepe'ai, and Haole Wong. Second down and 9 for the Rainbows. Ball at the 22. Ball is kept by Freitas to the 25. Freitas twirled down as he gets to the 26, and we have our first penalty flag.
You know, on that first play, you got to kind of smile at Bob Wagner. That's the first play go to a true freshman in George Ornelas, his first career Division I snap, and he gets the football. You got to like that.
Face mask against Texas. Mike Pereira, the official out of the Western Athletic Conference. Big penalty out to the 42-yard line.
That's a face mask of the flagrant variety.
Jason Monte wide to the left, and Gerald Lacey, number 85, is flanked to the right. First down from their own 42-yard line. The Rainbows in that spread offense. Ball is given up the middle to Tupu ALUALU, crosses the 45-yard line to the 46. The defense for Texas, Tony Brackens, the preseason All-America, 2-time All-Southwestern Conference. Chris Aikens in the middle, and then Shane Rink, the senior. Big defensive line for Texas, and a very good linebacking core in Reeves, Richardson, Tyson King, who was tied for most tackles last season, and Robert Reed, Allen Westbrook, Carter, and Thomas in that secondary. Second down and a long 6 for the Rainbows. The ball just over the 46-yard line. Ball is kept by Freitas. Chased down from behind. And Freitas hit by Tony Bracken. You can see the quality of Bracken. And let's go down to the Hawaii sideline now. Here's Bobby Curran.
Well, thank you, Jim. A couple of changes in Bob Wagner's game plan when wide receiver Brandon Kennedy and left cornerback Charles Towns were declared ineligible just before the start of this game. Also, reserve linebacker Danny Katoa wears number 50 on defense, but he'll play in the pro set lineup as the tight end, and he'll have to wear number 88 for that, so he'll be a quick change artist sometime tonight.
First down for the Rainbows. The ball again is given to TUPU ALUALU. He struggles inside the 45-yard line, almost to the 40 for Texas, before the Longhorns can stop him. Jason Reeves, the linebacker on the left side out of Austin, suffered a broken kneecap last year, number 88. As you look at TUPU ALUALU, he's out of St. Louis High School in Honolulu, transfer from the University of Oregon.
You know, yesterday when I talked to Texas head coach John McElvick, he's the one guy in offense, he knew his name. He knows that TUPU ALUALU is a tough runner, does not possess the breakaway speed, but can punish his own defenders.
Second down and 3 from the Texas 40. Freitas trying to elude the defense. He does not. Coming up from the secondary, Trey Thomas. Thomas from Sugar Land, Texas. He's the junior, one of only 2 players, along with Brackens, to start all 12 games last season for the Longhorns, number 17.
Last year, Trey Thomas recorded 55 tackles. On that play for the Rainbows, you got to think it was a busted play because Hawaii offensive lineman Marcus Malapeai almost knocked over his own quarterback.
Third down 3 for the Rainbows. The ball just outside the Texas 40. Texas leading 3-0. Still in the first quarter. Ball is kept by Freitas. Bracken strips him of the ball. And that, let's say, is the first turnover of the season for the Rainbows. Counting last year, it is turnover number 41. The Rainbows had 20 interceptions, 20 fumbles. Freitas turns it over here, and Brackens was in his back pocket again.
It happened a couple of plays ago. Brackens chasing down Glenn Freitas from the back. This time he got him and he stripped the football. It's the one thing Bob Wagner stressed throughout spring and throughout fall. Protect the football. But what can you do when you got a guy 6'5", 250 barreling down from behind and you don't know he's there?
Mike Adams and Quentin Wallace are the wide receivers. It is, let's see, incomplete, they said. It was intended for Mike Adams. The ball was thrown into the turf at midfield. That will bring up second down for the Longhorns from their own 39-yard line. They lead it here in the first quarter by a score of 3-0. 22-yard field goal by Phil Dawson, the difference in the game. But Texas took the opening kickoff, and they showed the potential of their offense as they moved deep into Rainbow territory. Second down and 10. High formation behind James Brown, Williams, and Mitchell. It is Mitchell. Mitchell caught up in the mix master in the middle, could not bounce it outside. Short gain. That will bring up third down for Texas.
And making the stop defensively for the Rainbows, Marvis Tauala. He's the guy who clogged up the inside. Rod York sitting out this past couple of plays, and in for him is Ben Bright, a freshman.
Also, Matt Tufono helping out on the defense that time. Third down, long yardage for Texas. Double wide receiver to the right. Ricky Williams is the single setback behind James Brown. Brown looking left. It is complete to Quentin Wallace on a look-in pattern, but short of the first down, and we have a penalty flag. A player from each team will be honored at the end of tonight's game for going beyond the call. GTE Hawaiian Tel will make a contribution to the General Scholarship Fund at the University of Hawaii.
Offense, holding, 10-yard penalty. That is declined. Fourth down.
So the Rainbow defense holds off the Longhorns. It is still 3-0. And Dwayne Batchett into kick for Texas. George Ornelas is deep. Ornelas, number 22, the true freshman. High school All-American last season. set the Interscholastic League of Honolulu record for scoring touchdowns. See how he does in his first punt return on Division I level. And Ornelas swallowed up by the white shirts, and we have a penalty. Ornelas not a big player, but certainly a player that once you give him an opening, he has the potential to make a great return out of it.
And he admits it. If you put a clock to him and clock him in his 40-yard dash, he's not going to put anything on paper that's outstanding or make your eyes pop out. But if you put him on a football field and you put, say, a guy like Tony Brackens behind him who's 6'5", 250, chasing him down, who's got better foot speed than he does, Jordan Ellis will find a way to get away.
During the return, illegal block in the back. On the return team, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
So the Rainbows penalized for the first time here, and we will take a timeout. 8 minutes, 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter from Honolulu. Texas leads by 3. Welcome back, everyone. First collegiate game of the season for both these teams, Texas and the University of Hawaii, but the last collegiate game being played because of the time zones and the NCAA on this first Saturday of the season. 8:30 left to play. 3-0 Texas first quarter. First down for the Rainbows. The ball just inside their 19. Ball is fumbled by ALUALU and recovered. They still fight for it. And let's see, it will be Texas ball. Second turnover. And that really hurts the Rainbows' chances.
And if you're head coach Bob Wagner on the sideline, you're just pulling hairs out of your head because it's the one thing you worked on throughout your practices, the one thing you emphasize, the one thing you say, 40 turnovers last year, and it's all happening again. We're still in the first quarter. The Rainbows have 2 turnovers. This time, the give was to TUPU ALUALU. He got popped as soon as he got the football, and the ball came bouncing right back out. And you know who was causing havoc in the pile for the loose ball was Brackens again.
First down for Texas. They have the ball at the Rainbow 12. 2 turnovers for the Rainbows. This could prove disaster. Brown bouncing outside, being chased by George Noga, eludes Noga, trying to come back to the near side, and is thrown down by PUNAHOU AINA at the 15.
It's a busted play, and the break went Hawaii's way because James Brown had George Noga turned around, and he cut back across the field and ran into the wide open arms of sophomore inside linebacker PUNAHOU AINA.
A loss on the play from the 18 back to the 20. Second down and 12. Mike Adams, number 83, flanked to the far side. Quinton Wallace now goes as the wide receiver to the left. Ball is given to Mitchell. Mitchell at the 10. Touchdown, Texas, penalty flag.
Sean Mitchell's a guy who Austin, Texas fans have been waiting for him to bust out for a long time. He was Mr. Everything when he was in high school, went away to junior college. He puts a move on Peter SALAVEA and makes a cut into the end zone. And right here you see at the end of the play, this was the talk of college football the past couple of days was end zone prayer celebrations. He took the knee and there was no flag called. And you could...
Illegal block in the back above the waist during the run on the offense. 10 yards, repeat second down.
So the touchdown is negated. And Texas will have to try it again, this time from the 17-yard line. It is still second down, so the Rainbows get a break because Mitchell followed his interference perfectly. Second down for Texas. They lead 3-0. They are threatening again. The Rainbows have turned the ball over twice. 7:34 left to play in the first quarter. Wayne McGarity, number 8, and Ricky Williams, splitbacks behind James Brown. In motion goes Steve Bradley, the tight end, number 89. It is interference by Al Hunter, and there's the flag. Ball was intended for Quinton Wallace, and Al Hunter made contact with Wallace way before the throw got there. Easy call.
It was the crowd will give a boo every time we make a call against the home team, no matter what the call is, but it was an excellent call. Alfred Hunter broke on the football, and he had him in one man-on-man coverage, and before the football got there, Al Hunter put a bump on the left side of his body. That was an easy call for the referee to make.
So the interference moves the ball inside the 10, just inside the 7-yard line. Automatic first down. It is first and goal to go. Davis flanked to the far side and to the near side. Justin McLemore, number 22. Split backs again for Texas. Ball is given to Mitchell. Won't go. Mitchell gets back to the line of scrimmage. AGENHART Ellis, number 10, who plays the rover for the Rainbows. AGENHART out of Kamehameha High School.
And AGENHART Ellis is the guy Hawaii defensive coordinator George Lumpkin uses as his second coach on the football field. He's the guy who's been there for many years. He's a senior. He's been moved positions back and forth between rover and strong safety, and he makes the play. Rainbow's bending but not breaking just yet.
Second down, goal to go. Double wide receiver now to the right side. Brown gives it to Ricky Williams. Williams scores. No flags. That's a touchdown for the Longhorns. And they now lead it 9-0. Big hole on the right side, and Williams took advantage of it. Ricky Williams out of Patrick Henry High School in San Diego, California, the true freshman.
That's right. He's 6 feet, 215 pounds in high school, 2,099 yards a year ago, 25 touchdowns. His first start, his first touchdown in Division I college football.
Bill Dawson in to try the extra point. So Texas able to convert on the second turnover by the Rainbows. Dawson, no problem. Perfect on the extra point. It is 10-0 Longhorns. 6:44 left to play in the first period.
Welcome back to the ball game, everybody. Ricky Williams, who just scored that first touchdown for the Texas Longhorns this season. Texas is hoping for a lot of bright things out of this young man. Why? Well, because he is the first freshman running back for the Texas Longhorns since Earl Campbell. Yes, Heisman Trophy winner Earl Campbell. Hey, is that in the future for Ricky Williams? We have 4 years to find out. Back to you guys upstairs.
Thanks, Steve. So far, he has followed his blockers very well, his coach's suggestions, and he has ended up with the first touchdown of this game. Ricky Williams. Williams also an excellent baseball player, huh, Robert?
Yeah, he was drafted in the 8th round by the Philadelphia Phillies. In fact, he played summer baseball in their rookie league. He's a third baseman, outfielder. And no matter what school you go to, if there's a Heisman Trophy winner before you and you play the same position and you're the first guy since the other guy was as a freshman to start, they're going to start comparing you for the first touchdown you make. And that's a tough position to be in to play college football.
Gerald Lacey, number 85, and Matthew Harding deep as you take a look at the Texas bench. So far for Texas, it has really been a very pleasant experience here in the first period. They have struggled only because of penalties, and they lead at 10-0.
And despite the Rainbows having 2 turnovers already in the first quarter, they've had opportunities to make defensive stands. They've got the big penalties, but did not take advantage of them.
Short kick, and that is taken by one of the up-men for the Rainbows, and will give the Rainbows excellent field position on the 32-yard line. That's Donald Mahor calling for the fair catch. Let's go down to Bobby Curran.
Jim, remarkably calm on the Rainbow sidelines considering the early turnovers. Very different coaching staff this year, new offensive coordinator, new voices in the head coach's headset. But right now, no panic. The players seem the ones that are more upset than the coaches at this point.
Okay, Bobby, first down for the Rainbows, and the ball just short of the 34-yard line. Freitas to throw. It is complete to the 39. And Eddie Kloneski there to make the catch. Jason Reeves came over from his left linebacker position, number 88, to make the stop for Texas. Gain on the play of 7 yards. Second down and 3.
Kloneski and Reeves maybe 2 of the happiest players on the football field. Kloneski because he earned a full scholarship after walking on, and Reeves is making his way back from busting a kneecap last season against Colorado.
Lacey and Ornelas are flanked to the far side. ALUALU still the setback on second down, a long throw. Ball is given to ALUALU, and he's spun down at the line of scrimmage. So TUPU gets into a turnstile that time. And they're able to whirl him to the turf. Making the stop was Chris Aiken. Akins was the Southwest Conference Newcomer of the Year as a true freshman. Last year, he was selected by the AP, and Robert, he can lift some tonnage. He can bench press 500 pounds. That's a quarter ton. 3rd down and 2. The Rainbows trying to eke out a first down here. They trailed 10-0 in the first period. Ball is kept by Freitas, leaps over a man, steps into the secondary, and is close to the first down. Chris Carter, the free safety, number 16 out of Tyler, Texas, came up to make the stop with a horn.
You see Glenn Freitas, it looked like he looked for one of the running backs to come up and fake a give, and TUPU ALUALU instead took a dive and made a block, and Glenn Freitas makes his way upfield. And late in the play, you see a guy just wrangle his head as he takes him down to the turf. And Glenn Freitas will get hit, and will get hit hard by this big Texas Longhorn football team.
That's one thing about the quarterbacks in this offense. They get hit on almost every play. They must be resilient. First down for the Rainbows. Ball at the 44. Ball is given up the middle to ALUALU. ALUALU after a short game following the blocks of Marcus Malepe'ai, Haole Wong, Shane Oliveira. This offensive line for the Rainbows, all injured in fall practice. They did not get together until a week ago. And in this particular offense, one that must be timed perfectly in the pitch relationships and the options and the choices, that offensive line, how they go, the team goes. Good gain on that play. 2nd down and 6. Ball at the Rainbow 48. 10-0 Texas. Ball is kept by Freitas. He goes nowhere. Texas just seemed to overwhelm the Rainbow offensive line that time. Tony Brackens again. The big fear for Texas is that Brackens will go to the National Football League early.
That's right. I talked to John Makovic just yesterday, and he says there's no question Brackens is going to play on Sunday and will play for pay someday. He just hopes that he keeps doing this for Texas next year and gets into the NFL in 1997.
3rd down for the Rainbows. 3rd and 9. Lacey and Ornelas are flanked to the far side. Single coverage. And to the near side, Jason Mane. Freitas sets up and throws in a hurry and throws it out of bounds. That will bring up 4th down.
And as soon as he released that football, he took a pop. And that time for the Rainbows, their freshman right tackle, Haole Wong, was going man up, head-to-head against Brackens, and he kept him away from the quarterback.
Boy, that was just an example of the defense of one team overwhelming the offensive front of the other team. The Rainbows had a boomlet of success there, but Texas just shut them down. BRENDYN AGBAYANI will punt. This is his first punt ever. He spirals it. It bounces. Goes over Harding. Harding may have touched that, but no indication by the officials. Apparently he did not. And the ball is touched at the 22-yard line. It will be first down for Texas at their own 22. Let's go down to Steve Atkinson, very special guest on this very special day in history.
That's exactly right, guys. I got a guy who's got a very busy schedule this week, but somehow he's found some time for some football. Secretary of the Navy, John H. Dalton, welcome to the football game.
Well, thank you very much, Steve. It's great to be here and great to see the good start the Horns are off to in the first quarter.
It is pretty nice. I understand that you're a native of San Antonio as well.
Well, I've lived in San Antonio the last 12 years. We also lived in Dallas for a while and consider Texas home.
I won't keep you too long. I understand you have another guy that's waiting on you here in just a few minutes.
Well, I'm out. Really enjoy being out here for the VJ Day ceremonies and to pay tribute to the fine veterans that served our country so well. Give us the opportunity to enjoy this kind of fun and freedom and liberty that people sacrifice for. So VJ Day has been special. I'm glad we could take some time off to come out and see the Horns tonight as well. So it's great to say hello to my friends back in Austin and San Antonio and Dallas, and great to be with you, and good luck to the Horns this year.
All right, I know you're off to see the president. Before you go, can you give us a hook 'em horn to the folks back there?
All right.
Back to you guys upstairs.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Mr. Secretary. 2nd down for Texas at their 25-yard line. The ball is given on a delay. With it is Ricky Williams. Williams short of the first down, motors out to the 29. Brown is 2 of 6 for 44 yards in passing, by the way, so far in this game.
Mr. Secretary has to realize where he's at.
That's
he's
right.
at Aloha Stadium You don't come in here and flick the horns. You come in here and post a shocker, Secretary.
Equal time, sir. Third down for Texas. They lead at 10-0 here in the first period. 2:50 left to play in period number 1. Wide receivers, left and right for Texas. James Brown will give it on a sweep to the near side to Mitchell. Mitchell in the open at the 40, at midfield, and is run out of bounds inside the Rainbow 40 at the 39. Once he turned the corner, it was a question of how far. Al Hunter chased him down for the Bows. Big gain. Here come the Horns again.
When he was in high school, he went to LBJ High School, then he went to Blinn Junior College. His senior year, he racked up 2,076 yards, 23 touchdowns. By doing this, he just gets to the outside, makes his way to the sideline, and turns it upfield. His best game in high school, 310 yards versus Bryan High. He's living out a dream right now. His dream vacation is a trip to Hawaii.
Well, he's here. 31-yard gain that time. First down for Texas at the Rainbow 40. Back to pass all day. Brown throws. It is a diving catch, and it will be a reception inside the 20-yard line by Matt Davis. Davis, the 6'5" junior out of Fort Worth, Texas. And he had to extend to make that catch, but he held on. He had 18 catches last year for 223 yards and 2 touchdowns. Excellent pattern, but I'll tell you, Brown had all day.
Brown stood in the pocket and was able to look off his initial receiver, look for his second receiver, and found his third receiver, and Davis was laid out flat parallel to pull that football in.
Adams is flanked to the far side. Pat Fitzgerald is the wingback to the right side. Single setback is Ricky Williams. It is Williams. Big hole. Williams bounces off one tackler, and down he goes inside the 20. The hole was there, but the green shirts able to get to the ball carrier and prevent the big gain. Peter Salavea, who is playing as a true freshman for the Rainbows, there to make the stop, number 13.
Now, the reason why Texas running backs get to move the ball upfield, Sean Mitchell and Ricky Williams, the guys up front go 290, 280, 295, 285, 300 pounds, and they're going up against a much smaller defensive front for the Rainbows. Their sack leader from a year ago, Rod York, only goes 5'10", and his name has yet been called tonight.
Quentin Wallace, flanked to the right, Mike Adams to the left. Slotted inside of Adams is Pat Fitzgerald, number 81. Fitzgerald now goes in motion. Second down and 8. Ball inside the 20. Brown looking, throws, end zone. Caught on the 1, bounced into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas. Mike Adams.
And the guy Mike Adams beat to get into the end zone was Doe Henderson, number 25 for the Rainbows. We thought he would not see any action because he was banged up with a lower back, and we did not expect him to play, but number 25 was there for the Rainbows defensively.
I did not expect to see him in this game at all. Demetrius Henderson covering on that play. It's another touchdown for the Longhorns. They have really had things their way. Still, a minute 13 left in the first quarter. Texas leads 16-0. And Phil Dawson in to try the extra point. And Dawson makes it through easily. 17-0 Longhorns.
Texas, their offense is just multiple things to do. Their running backs can turn it upfield. Quarterback gets some time, finds Adams, and the guy he runs into is Doe Henderson, gets a pop from Clint Kubayama and falls right across the goal line for another touchdown. Now, the quarterback almost got nailed. It was Matt Tufono putting a hit one step too late as he took James Brown down to the ground. Now, back to Doe Henderson. There's some talk. We did not expect Doe Henderson to play the entire season. We thought he might use his redshirt year because he's a senior, but did not use up a redshirt season.
He does have that lower back injury. Mike Adams, that was his 9th career touchdown. So Texas has come into Aloha Stadium, and Texas, on this 50th anniversary of the end of World War II, really has served notice that they are going to challenge in the last year of the Southwest Conference.
That's right. A couple of seasons ago, when you mentioned Texas football, the reaction tapered down to not much of a tickle. When I was a kid growing up, when you mentioned Texas football, it was like, you know, Notre Dame football is today, and they're close to getting their own network like the Notre Dame does. But the last couple of seasons, Texas football did not bring a ring to anybody. And 4 seasons ago, when John Mackovic took over, his job, first and foremost, was to bring Texas football back up to par with the rest of the elite programs across the country. Last year, he was 8-4, won a bowl game, and he wants to get even higher.
Dawson again kicking short. And the ball is taken by Gerald Lacey. Lacey fumbles the ball and then apparently gets it back. It bounced right back to him. Speaking of the Southwest Conference, this will be their final year. This is the old Southwest Conference. Baylor, Houston, Rice, you see SMU, Texas, Texas A&M, Texas Christian, and Texas Tech. And then next year, that's where they are going to go. The only question is Houston. Big changes in the NCAA. First down for the Rainbows. They now trail by 17. They have sputtered on offense. And the last time they had the ball, they were distinctly overwhelmed by that Texas defensive line. They give it to TUPU ALUALU. He is hit at the line of scrimmage, hit again after another step, and down he goes. In on the play of about 2.5. He's able to advance the ball out to the 35-yard line. Less than a minute to play in a first quarter that the Rainbows would rather forget. They would like the season to start now.
The Rainbow football team offensively is struggling. Most of their plays are running up the middle behind center Sean Oliveira and right guard Marcus Malapai. Now they've got to get a passing game going to open up a running game. But the fear is most of the injuries across the line are shoulder injuries that affects pass blocking.
Second down and 7. Ball again is given. And drawing the crowd is TUPU ALUALU. Jason Reeves, the linebacker on the left side, able to plug up the middle, short of the first down. Ball is advanced out to the 40-yard line. It will be 3rd down and 2. Rainbow's trying to use that run up the middle. That could be the last play of the first quarter. 17-0 Texas. And it will be. First quarter has come to a close here in the first game for both teams of this 1995 season. Glad you're with us wherever you may be. Everybody, we'll be back with quarter number 2 right after this.
Game is brought to you by Burger King, where you can get your burger's worth, and your local Austin Toyota dealers.
We will begin the second period. Texas leading 17-0. Mitchell, by the way, in running. 6 carries, 67 yards. And there you see the Kilgo's game sketch. Rushing leaders, Mitchell and ALUALU with only 20 yards. Total offense, Texas, 158 yards. And Hawaii, 39 yards. The scoreboard also gives evidence, 17-0.
And that Kilgo's game sketch is just picture-perfect evidence of how dominant Texas has been after 1 quarter of football here at Aloha Stadium.
3rd down and 2 for the Rainbows from their own 40 as we begin period number 2. It is ALUALU. ALUALU close to the first down. Stoney Clark really the plumber on that play. Missed the final 2 games of last season with a lacerated kidney. He's 6'1", 315, number 55. That will bring a 4th down and 1.
And Stoney Clark is a character. Stoney Clark is a guy who reads poetry. And Stoney Clark right now, you know what he does in his spare time? He's writing his own autobiography.
Well, that was a good chapter right there. Here's BRENDYN AGBAYANI, his second punt as a Rainbow. Mike Adams, the triple threat, number 83 deep. Adams, a receiver, a returner, and also a rusher. AGBAYANI just gets it away. A wobbler, bad kick, comes over the 40, but takes a great bounce. Harding pushes it ahead. That's a penalty. I think that may be a penalty. Or maybe made contact.
Now, if you're going to do something like that, look up first and look for the guy who's wearing the black and white stripes. Make sure he's not right next to you when he tries to push the ball forward.
Well, they say no penalty, no intentional batting of that ball. 14:04 left in the first half. 14:04 left to play in the first half. 17-0 Texas. Rainbow fans, now you can take home Jumbo's famous original island-style fried salmon. And cook it on your own. It's fully cooked, inexpensive, and easy to prepare. Hawaii's #1 fried salmon now on sale at Jumbo's in Punahou.
Isn't the guy who invented that what he was thinking? Pretty soon some guy's going to do fried chicken noodle soup.
First down for Texas. They lead at 17-0. Wallace and Adams, the wide receiver. And the ball is given to Adams. Adams one-on-one with Al Hunter. Breaks the tackle at the 40. Gets to midfield. AGENHART Ellis finally pulls him out of bounds. Another big gain by Texas. 29 yards.
And Texas is just making big play after big play after big play. He gets downfield, puts a move on Al Hunter, and gets away from a attempted tackle, makes it back to the sideline, and AGENHART Ellis actually goes out of bounds, comes back into play, and before pulling Adams down. Now, defensively, the strategy for Hawaii is to not let the offense dictate what they do. But when you've got total dominance, what can you do against an offense that's clicking right now?
Williams and Mitchell in the I formation. Keeping the ball is Brown. Brown to the 45. And Punahou AINA tries the horse collar in there.
And leading 17-0, every play that Hawaii makes a tackle on, Texas football players get up and are trying to exhort intimidation. They get up from a play, they push rainbows off of them, they make a play, they push rainbows back towards their side of the football. When you're clicking like this and you're moving the football and you're totally dominating the football game, you start doing that and your opponent starts to second guess himself and starts to think twice.
Matt Davis and Justin McLemore are now the wide receivers. The ball is on a pitch to Mitchell. Mitchell bounces outside at the 40, and he is down at the 38-yard line of the Rainbows. Enough for the first down. However, a penalty flag has been thrown. 13:40 left to play in the first half. 17-0 Texas, and they continue to put the pressure on the Rainbows here at Aloha Stadium. Let's go down to Steve Atkinson on the Texas sideline. Steve.
Thanks a lot, guys. One thing you'll notice about John Mackovic in this football game, he has the headphones on, and yes, he is calling the plays. Something that he did not do during their slump last year. Why? Well, because he got hit on the sidelines by his own man. Tony Brackens last year in the Colorado game. He had a concussion and did not call the plays for quite some time. He is back calling the plays once again this year. The same thing he did in that big offensive blowout against Baylor last year and against North Carolina as well. That's why things are going so well tonight. Back to you guys.
John Mackovic, who continues to make progress with this team. Penalty. Moves the ball back to midfield. Second down and 10. Brown to throw. Being pressured by Joe Shaw. Throws up the sideline. Nobody there. Threw it into the Texas bench. Good pressure that time by the Rainbows. That is what the Rainbows would really want to do in this game. And that is what we said. No scared 'em, go get 'em. That kind of attacking defense that puts the pressure on Brown. They've got to put the pressure on him. If they don't, he can sit back there, pay a little rent, waiting for the receivers to get open, and then drill the ball to him.
And a lot of times his receivers get open because in Hawaii's defense under George Lumpkin, they like to come. They like to bring it onto the quarterback and make him do things he's not ready to do. It leaves your defensive backs in a man-to-man coverage a lot of the time. But if you get pressure on the quarterback and you make him do something he doesn't want to do, things go your way.
Brown, will he run? Will he throw? He tosses it wide open. It's Ricky Williams, 20, 10, out of bounds as he dives for the goal line. He goes out of bounds at the 2. First down, Texas. And he caught that ball in a verdant pasture. There was no one around.
A verdant pasture is exactly right. James Brown, what makes him a good quarterback is he makes big plays. That time he held on to the football. He got Punahou AINA to bite and step upfield. When AINA steps upfield, Williams goes downfield. James Brown lobs the ball over his head. Ricky Williams wide open.
Rainbows have been hurt in that secondary by physical injuries today. 4 players were announced as academic casualties. And that secondary being tested now. In fact, knocking on the door again, Texas. Ball is given up the middle to the goal line. And the Rainbows come back. That's a touchdown. Carrying the ball for Texas is Darnell Wilson. Carrying for the first time, number 21. Darnell Wilson, the sophomore out of Dallas, Texas. And he scores for the Longhorns. He was held up at the goal line, but he broke the plane. It is now 23-0 Longhorns. And Phil Dawson has been called on again for the extra point. He has been perfect.
And Phil Dawson is rated the third best place kicker in college football, and this is his 46th consecutive point after try.
It is all Longhorns. It is a Texas celebration out here in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
And it's the Longhorns
left.
The Longhorns playing the smash mouth football.
Back here at the Hula Hut where these Longhorn fans are loving life. Hey, they're up 24-0. I'm telling you what, this is a big-time blowout. Now, Steve Atkinson, of course, down in Hawaii. I'm on Lake Austin. Steve sent me a picture this week. There's Steve playing guitar for a couple of his girlfriends down there in Hawaii, and Steve Atkinson looks like he's having a ball, doesn't he? Hey, come on down and see us. We're having a ball. We're down here at the Hula Hut right here on Lake Austin. Enjoy.
Nothing lovelier on this planet than Hawaiian nights. As the lights have taken effect here at Aloha Stadium, we stand corrected and we apologize. It was Darrell Wilson, not Darnell Wilson, who scored that last touchdown for Texas. Longhorns now lead it 24-0. The Rainbows have not been effective at all in their offense, and they have been